Grapes, how you doing?
Oh, good. How are you guys doing this morning?
All right. What have we screwed up because you wanted
doing good. Hey, the big thing is like me, when you're on Hockey Night in Canada, you're still on, so you're doing good.
All right, there you go. Everyone's freaking out about the possible injury to Freddie Anderson. What should we tell the city in this moment of waiting?
Yes, panic. Do panic. It's a tough time. He was on a roll, and when you get an injury like that, you never know when you come back. And upper body, I don't know. Nobody seems Lou Lamoriello's got it tightened down. You don't really know what it is. So McElhenney does a pretty good job when he's in. We'll see whether he's worth his salt now, boy, because it's pretty tough now. 85 points, 84 points. You got a game on hand anyhow. So I'll tell you one thing. I remember when I coached, some of the teams were out by Christmas, and most of the teams are out by Christmas. I tell you, this is more exciting than the playoffs. Once you get in the playoffs, it won't be as exciting as this. So I know a lot of people don't like they like the big flagship and all that, like Montreal and Boston and all that. But boy, it's exciting, I'll tell you.
Yeah, and you had 3 years ago, Don, it really derailed. They had a Bernier injury. Reimer had to go in. Now, the team didn't play very well in front of them. They were getting outshot a ton with Randy Carlyle. So I think that stresses people out, is remembering how hard it was. And if you remember, Bernier probably came back too soon from injury, and he wasn't very good when he came back.
No, that's right. He's playing pretty good now, though. He's like he got a stride going that finally get going for them. But 80, the Islanders, they got 82 points. They got a game in hand too. But the team that I'm amazed at is still in the, is Tampa. I mean, they give away their two of their best players. They get injuries, Stamkos, and Cooper's got them going. I mean, they haven't quit. They kind of scare me, that Tampa. That was a big win when the Leafs went down and beat them in there, boy. That was the biggie.
Enjoyed Saturday night's Coach's Corner. Thought great explanation, great video on the injury to Mathot and, the bending of the glove and why, the protection and how easy it is to get hurt in the area where he got hurt.
Well, it's so ridiculous, the gloves. I mean, they're not going to change because they want to go as late as they can, but the gloves are like kid gloves. And that's why you get an injury. Goudreau got it last week. Fury broke his hand. The gloves, and the way they block shots now, and they use their hands. It's one there isn't more. And yeah, Eugene really gave it to him. He's a whiner and all that and everything. But I don't think he meant to break his hand. He gave him a slash. They have 100 slashes like that. It just, like I said, it just happened to catch. But boy, that was pretty gruesome, him going off. What other sport in the world would have a guy have his finger cut off and not and keep on the play going? That's what got me. And like I was saying Saturday night, the worst I've ever seen on that was a guy named Harry Shaw. His finger actually was cut right off with a block shot. So that was kind of gruesome, but hey, that's the game.
I was going to ask Don how you felt about the Olympics. I'm a kid of the late 70s, early 80s, so the 76 Canada Cup, you were heavily involved in that, obviously, and you've said it before, maybe the best collection of talent ever. Young kids now have grown up with the Olympics every year since Nagano. If we pulled that from them, it's hard to know what it would look like. Do we go back to college players? Do we go back to unsigned free agents? And our big fear, right, is the Russians will get their stars, the Czechs will get their stars. How do you see it playing out over the next 9-10 months?
Well, I think the guy in Washington really screwed things up when he said he's going to let Ovechkin go.
Right.
Now what do you do? Now where do you go from there after he says that? Now, if you're asking me personally, I own the Ice Dogs, and I remember we had a kid go over, our number one draft choice, and Patrick, and he broke his ankle. And we were done for the rest of the year. And it's okay for people to say they want to play. What about Stahl went over the World Tournament? All those guys get hurt. Tavares got hurt. There goes the year for the Islanders. And taking 3 weeks off for your fans and that, to play at 3:00 in the morning? No way. I mean, who's going to watch at 3:00 in the morning unless it's a real important game? Everybody will be watching that night. So you're asking me, I wouldn't go, but I think they will go. They'll go right down to the very end and get as much as they can and insurance and stuff like that. But they'll go. But I mean, I got to go over too. I'm not too happy about it. I'm not looking forward to going to what is it, South Korea? Holy.
Yeah, it could be interesting. Yeah.
I mean, would you guys watch? Well,
No.
maybe you guys might watch because you get up early, but I mean, most people won't watch at 3 a.m. in the morning. I don't care what game it is, unless it's Russia and down the finals. It'll be that night. So I see no gain in it. But the players want to go. All the players want to go. There's no doubt about it. But as an owner, I wouldn't want to go.
From Coach's Corner to the starting line with Brady and Price, it's Don Cherry on with us this morning. Grapes, there's much going on with the Women's World Championship.
Yeah.
The girls from the United States say they're not going to play. And now the men's team from the United States say they're in solidarity, they're not going to go to the World Championships. What's going on here?
Well, they want to get some money. I forget what they get. They get nothing. And listen, if you ever been around, I was one of the first to ever get involved in women's hockey way back in the early '80s, and they put it out the same way. They don't make any money, and they can't. It's tough to take a regular job because you're practice if you want to be good. So I don't blame them for wanting money. Where does all the money go? I mean, I know that they don't get big crowds like the players, but they should help them out. And I really do believe they'll end up. If they'll hang. Looks like they're not going. So I think they'll give them some money. I really do believe that they'll give them some money. And the player, that's pretty good of the guys. I haven't really heard all of the players say they don't want to play, but I believe they should get some money.